This week on The Week Ahead, we hear from ALG's Todd on whether unions are still a major force. Plus, a look at the impact of the permit moratorium in the Gulf of Mexico. Welcome to The Week Ahead. I'm Frank McCaffrey. The world recently turned its attention to the state of Wisconsin and union protests against Governor Scott Walker and new legislation limiting union power. This raises an interesting question. Have unions already had their power limited? In 1945, 33% of Americans said that they were members of unions. That's according to U.S. Census Bureau statistics. In 2010, only 11.9% of Americans said that they were members of unions. Americans for Limited Government's Todd is a former Department of Labor official. He joins us now with his take on this issue. Don, have unions lost their power?
Well, every January, the Bureau of Labor Statistics puts out their numbers on how many people belong to unions. The private sector union membership is down to 6.9%. Probably more dramatic example is that probably about 3-4 years ago, for the first time since Ford unionized, there were more non-union built cars in America than union. And I remember when unions were 35% of the population, and I knew a lot of people who worked in union jobs, and they hated them. That's why unions went for the 20 years and out. I mean, I remember vividly talking to a friend who worked for the phone company, and he says, the only way I can get a promotion is if somebody dies, because all promotions are done by seniority. Well, nowadays people don't stay in a job for 20 years usually. Some do, but a lot don't. They move around. So the union economic model is not working for people, and they're really becoming less and less relevant. You know, the Department of Labor should be the Department of Labor, not the Department of Organized Labor. And that's kind of what it's turned into, and that they represent 6.9% of the people in the private sector, and everybody else can go fish.
Thank you very much, Don. The fallout from the BP oil spill in April of 2010 has been devastating for a number of people in Louisiana, including small business owners who have built their lives on the oil industry. We recently spoke with one such person. A freeze in permits in the Gulf region following the BP oil spill has been devastating for a number of small businesses built around oil.
We have a containment system out there that can, I think there's 2 containment systems now. And so, you know, they issued 1 permit, but, you know, here's the thing, there were 33 rigs running before the oil spill. I don't understand why all these can't be up and running immediately now that there's a containment system in place.
Thomas Clements runs CNC machining out of Louisiana. His business has been slowed down, and he fears perhaps shut down.
We had up to 6 employees. They're long gone. You know, we're trying to come up with some new ways here to maybe try to get a line of credit if we have to. If you know, maybe we'll put some things up for sale. Might have to close the doors.
Members of the Obama administration may not truly understand what this means to business and the people working for these businesses.
You know, I don't think any of them has ever owned a small business before. You know, even when things get back up and running, it would take 3 to 4 months before we actually start seeing income coming in. It
all seems to help competing nations see a growth in business while our income levels fall.
You know, we have the resources here, we have the best technology here. You know, we don't want to be dependent on foreign oil, you know, for the rest of our future here. I mean, that doesn't make any kind of sense whatsoever.
U.S. Interior Secretary Ken Salazar now says more permits are coming. For many, like Mr. Clements, and the thousands that depend on the oil industry for jobs, it will be too little, too late. The offshore drilling moratorium has affected approximately 17% of jobs in Louisiana. And that's all the time we have for The Week Ahead. Please join us again next time.